So first pitch about to be underway from Kenosha, Wisconsin. Just a couple minutes late, but better late than never. Zoken back on the Northwoods League Baseball Network. Let's beat the starting lineup for the Battle Creek Bombers. In game number 72, Trace Peterson leads things off. He's in left field. Batting second and in center field, Caleb Balgard. Seth Tucker will be playing all 9 positions today. He starts out at catcher, batting third. Cooper Trinkle, the third baseman, bats fourth. Batting fifth in right field, Jorge Gutierrez. Michael Morissette, the first baseman, bats sixth. Anthony Catalano at second base bats seventh. Batting eighth, the designated hitter C.J. Breen, and the shortstop Josh Scheck bats ninth. Kingfish defensively will look pretty similar to yesterday. Left field R.J. Pearson and center field Brendan Hewitt. Zachary Nagalski in right. Ethan Owens at third base, Jake Cosgrove at shortstop, Mitchell Boobin at second, Connor Mang at first, and Jack Thielen behind the dish.
Please welcome to the field, your 2019 Kenosha.
Riley Wickel was supposed to start tonight, or today really, but came into pinch against Wausau on Friday. That took out his possibility of starting on Sunday, and Keith Kutzler will hop up on the mound instead. Kutzler transferring from UW-Whitewater to Carthage College, so his third time transferring his collegiate career. The first time was from St. Louis to Whitewater, UW-Whitewater, and I guess this is actually the second time, just his third school. But the Redmen have got a good one on the mound, and only the second time this season the Kingfish will wear the Road Reds as their home alternate. They're being auctioned off at the end of the game. And the Kingfish looking for win number 21 in the second half and win number 24 on the season. Make that a win number 34 on the season. R.J. Pearson's not played a lot of games in left field, but he will be there today. And the usual starting four on the diamond after the exiting of Roberto Pena and Nate Thomas at third base. We're happy to be with you here one more time from Kenosha, Wisconsin in 2019. As everyone will head back to their respective schools, interns in the front office and players on the field. And then baseball after that will be about 6 months away. We'll have Major League and Minor League Baseball at least to keep you company until then, but the Northwoods League playoffs do start tomorrow. And there's still a close race in the Great Lakes West. We'll keep an eye on that one throughout today's matchup between Kenosha and Battle Creek. Kutzler's about done warming up, and the Bombers coming off their 23rd win of the season last night.
Leading up with the Battle Creek Bombers. Left fielder from Lake Erie, number 26.
Peterson out of Lake Erie went 0 for 5 last night. Should make that 0 for 4, a sacrifice fly RBI in the 7th inning. It's been a fun season covering Northwoods League baseball. We're underway with the first pitch fouled off.
At 1:13, it's 80 degrees down there. Hey, Kingfish fans, I hope we win.
Overcast, 80 degrees. Another wonderful day for baseball in southeast Wisconsin. Count is 0-1, and to Peterson. The fastball is lined into right field. Peterson doing something in the leadoff spot that he was unable to do yesterday, and that's pick up a single.
Now batting for the Bombers.
Caleb Balgard will take his first cut of the day versus Keith Kutzler. Balgard had 3 hits yesterday and 5 at-bats with an RBI triple. Also scored a run and stole a base. First pitch curveball in there for strike number 1. Except he was caught out once when Anderson Strunk caught a line drive somewhat early on in the game. Take a look at that just a second, and there it is, right back up the middle. Strunk working off the mound. 0-1 fastball cut for strike number 2. Balgard at Iowa Western Community College down to his final strike. So Tucker will play all 9 positions today, but unless the Bombers are leading the Kingfish into the 9th inning, he may have to play 2 positions in 1 inning. And the 0-2 is grounded onto third base, but out of play. Peterson led off with a single into right field. Stands at first base in the opening chapter of the final game of the year between Battle Creek and Kenosha.
I could see definitely this without
Kutzler's 0-2. Another foul ball. This time a chase down low.
Why are they like what was
Balgard, a .379 batter on the season, 41 hits and 108 at-bats. Pretty good find for Battle Creek. Kutzler set up high. Still trying to saw him off. Deals a Thielen, and a curveball up inside. Bounces away. Hit by pitch to Caleb Balgard. Caught him on the forearm. There's 2 on with nobody out.
Now batting for the Bombers. Catcher from Hendricks, number 17, Seth Tucker.
A little too far inside. That actually hit off his hands. Might have a crunched finger. But Seth Tucker doing something that's not all commonplace in the Northwoods League. He'll play all 9 positions today, starting out at catcher, and the first pitch fouled away for strike number 1. 2 on with nobody out. A single and a hit by a pitch for Keith Kutzler to start out the game. Tucker went 2 for 5 with an RBI triple last night. The Bombers took the lead in the 7th inning. Took advantage of 3 hits off of Owen Reith. He got the loss last night, and a foul ball away for strike number 2. Had back-to-back RBI triples, 1 from Tucker, 1 from Balgard. Was the leadoff man last night, now moved to the 3 spot. Tucker from the stretch in the 0-2. Bouncing fastball, and the count will have its first ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Series sits 6-5 between Kenosha and Battle Creek, with the Kingfish having the advantage by 1 game, and Battle Creek can tie up the series with a win. Kutzler's 1-2. Fouled away. Mang will chase over to the first base side and runs into the short porch. Caught him up in the stomach. Appears to be all right. Trying to give it his all to record out number 1. Still no outs here with 2 on at the top of the first inning. One ball, 2 strikes, and Kutzler Tools trying to get Tucker. A fly ball down the middle, rather into right field, and Nagalski comes in, calls off Boobin for out number 1. Up will come Cooper Trinkle, 1 for 5 with an RBI in last night's win. Also drove in on a run, a ground out in the first inning, brought home Seth Tucker. Kutzler trying to limit the damage here. One hit here in the inning, 1 hit batter. The first pitch is lined into the right left field grandstand.
Please pay attention to the
appears to be all right, just hit an empty chair.
Watch out for flying bats and balls.
Peterson at second base, Balgard at first. And the pitch to Trinkle, a fastball that can't locate. The long pause from Kutzler as he deals a pitch in the dirt. Cooper Trinkle chased curveball low and strike number 2. Home plate for the umpiring crew, Connor Crowell, Carl Gieske at first base, and Bryce Patrick at third. The 1-2. Lined into left field, down in front of Pearson. Everyone will move up 90 feet. Pearson gets the throw back into Owens, but nothing happening with Peterson pulling into third, Balgard to second, and Cooper Trinkle the second hit of the inning for Battle Creek, and the bases are loaded for Jorge Gutierrez.
Now batting for the Bombers. Right fielder from Lamar, number 21, Jorge Gutierrez.
Gutierrez hitless in last night's game. Walked twice and all 3 times recorded out. Had too much smile in his swing. Popped up 3 times. For Trinkle, that's his 12th hit of the season. Stands at first base and the base is loaded. Kutzler deals off-speed pitch away. Jack Thielen, his battery mate into the final game for Kenosha 2019. Fly ball into left. Peterson makes the catch. And at third base, Peterson forgot how many outs there were as he went home, and he's called out on the double play. Peterson thought there were 2 outs. Well, there definitely are 3 outs now. A base running miscue will give the Kingfish new life as they head to the bottom of the first, no score. We'll be right back on the Northwoods League Baseball Network. Bottom half of inning number 1. Let's meet the starting lineup for the Kenosha Kingfish.
Leading to the arrest or capture of criminals.
Leading off, Brandon Hewith in center field. Mitchell Boobin, the second baseman, will bat second. Batting third, the designated hitter, Mike Jarvis. Connor Mang at first base, he cleans up. Zach Nagalski in right field, batting fifth. At third base and batting sixth, Ethan Owens, while Jay Cosgrove bats seventh. At shortstop, R.J. Pearson, the Oklahoma kid, in left field, batting eighth, and Jack Thielen, a catcher, batting ninth. On the mound is Walter Talcott for the Battle Creek Bombers. And here they are defensively. Trace Peterson in left field, Caleb Balgard in center, Jose Gutierrez in right. Cooper Trinkle at third base, Josh Scheck at shortstop, Anthony Catalano at second, Michael Morrison at first, and Seth Tucker starting out at catcher. And we mentioned it earlier, but he'll be playing all 9 positions today. See where he goes next. The first pitch, Hewith will foul away and out the left field line. Hewith has brought his batting average up in the last 2 weeks of the season. Hitting pretty high average in August. And Talcott deals a fastball, a lot of movement. A little bit side to side, maybe dealing the two seam. One and one, and Talcott deals. Boobin flies it into left center. Down in front of Tucker, rather. There's a slide to second base, and he's safe with a double. And now he's maybe a little slow to get up. Maybe turned his ankle just a little bit, and hopefully he's all right. Trying to shake it off, and that's Balgard playing center field. Duffy Dyer's out of the dugout. Oh, and he caught his head. Jeremy Jakubowski's already running back to Kenosha's dugout. Not sure if he's going to grab a first aid kit or what exactly, but Mike Jarvis even came out to check on him. Could be going through some concussion protocol looks. Jeremy Jakubowski went to go get Hewitt some water. Let's take a look one last time. His helmet came up and took his hip to his head. His head came back pretty hard. You could get that right off the hip bone. It could have been a lot worse. The knee to the head is even more painful. Looks like the Kingfish will let him sit up there as he drops his leg guard, and he'll be all right with the leadoff double.
Fans, how about that hustle and grit from Brendan Hewitt? Hustling to the very last game. That double is brought to
That
you
is
by
the
Southern
hustle
Lake Credit
plays
Union,
that Brendan Hewitt has had all season.
And donating another $10.
A lot of players would just settle for that single at first base, but Hewitt giving it his all and trying to go out for two.
From UW Milwaukee,
St. Joseph
number 13,
University
Mitchell
Hawks.
Boone!
They got themselves quite a special young man over at second base. Boobin swings the first pitch foul. First hit of the ball game for Kenosha. Runner at second base with nobody out. And the 0-1. Foul back again. Boobin out behind it. We started out the season calling Mitchell Boobin Mitchell Boobon. Mistake we truly regret. It's what happens when someone without a journalism degree puts together a pronunciation guide in the 0-2. Up high and fouled away.
Let's go fish. Let's go fish. Let's go fish. Let's go fish.
Also the same mistake with Ryan Knernshield. Longest time until his very last game when he was named player of the game. Called him Ryan Knernshield. And Boobin fouls away. So he stays alive on the 0-2 count.
Yeah. You know, right? He's done that a couple times.
But this summer has been quite a bit of fun. We've had many bloopers, and
He stays inside the ball enough.
there have been highs and lows for this team in June, and a much better July and August. Eliminated a couple nights ago with the Kalamazoo Growlers punching their ticket. Boobin chokes up and seems like lines the ball over to first base. It's over Morissat's head. Hewitt goes to third base. And just about to talk about how Mike Jarvis's approach to two-strike hitting is rubbing off on everybody late in the season. Boobin chokes up and slaps the ball over to first base. Second hit of the ball game, and there's runners at the corners for Mike Jarvis. Morissette almost had a web gem, but a little too high for him. Jarvis digs in from the right side. Talcott deals. The first pitch is passed behind him. Hewitt comes in, slides in safe, and the Kingfish lead 1-0. Pass ball for Tucker. He connects with Duffy Dyer and the rest of the dugout as he's in for Kenosha's first lead of the day. Boobin did advance over to second base on the pass ball, and Jarvis can bring him home with a short poke.
keeping the ballpark clean throughout the entire season. Look at that.
Last game.
I'm hitting my stride.
I was about to
Just
say.
hitting my stride now.
He's on it right now.
1-0 Kenosha leads, and Talcott misses upstairs and in.
My boy E-Dog not missing a beat right now.
Two 2-0 in the pitch. Fastball misses low and away. No, called a strike at the last second.
See what he did there. I like that.
It's Connor Crowell behind home plate. Talcott has allowed a run here without recording an out. They're at second base. And a line drive into left center. But Balgard will range back, make the catch, and Boobin back quickly to second base to make sure he beats out the tag. There's one down here in the bottom half of the first inning.
First baseman from New Mexico, your Kerber Smiles, pediatric dentistry cleanup hitter, number 37, Connor Mang.
Connor Mang hit as the cleanup hitter last night for the first time this season, and
tastes so clean, you can eat it right off them. That's right.
did a pretty good job.
Right off them.
Couple 3 hits and kept the Kingfish rolling. First pitch, he fouls back to the net.
Let's not run one.
Should be able to get to it today.
No balls, 1 strike on Connor Mang. The Mexican Lobos and the 0-1 curveball. Uncle Charlie misses inside, a lot of breakage, and 1-1 the Cow will even.
Is that in a fit in or I just? All right, let's do all those early. Okay, so.
One and 1, and Talcott comes set. Mang hits a ball deep to left field. Peterson will go to the warning track, but he's not in time. Bambino bomb. Mang's 3rd home run of the season, his 3rd one with the Kenosha Kingfish, and he puts them up 3-0 in the bottom half of inning number 1. .318 feet. Only needs 314 to clear from the stern of the boat, but he's over the bow. And the Kingfish are on top 3-0. Let's get another look at this one. Great piece of hitting. Wasn't sure if it was going to carry or not. Looked like Peterson had a good read on it. Tried to climb into the Bambino. Make the catch, but day late and a dollar short.
That's an easy one, though.
Nagalski on the first pitch flies it over to first base. Morissette holds a hand out and makes the catch for round number 2.
Now batting with the Kingfish.
Up will come the Drury Panther, Ethan Owens.
Drury, number 45, Ethan Owens.
Two down with nobody on, and the Kingfish on top 3-0. First pitch misses up and in. A semi-long inning here for Walter Talcott. Talcott comes in with an ERA of 5.81, 51 strikeouts, and 52 2/3 innings. Has an interesting approach to home plate, kind of like Riley Wickle. A couple moving parts with the windup above his head. Then can quick pitch and add a hitch in his step to offset the timing of the hitter. The 2-0 windup. Owens fouls the ball off for strike number 1. Inning began with Hewitt doubling to second base. Boobin singled. Jarvis flew out to center field, and Hewitt scored on a pass ball with Mang at the plate. Mang just brought in 2 on one swing of the bat with his 3rd home run of the season. Soft ground ball for strike number 2. The count evens up. Migalski popped out to first base, and up comes the 6th man of the order in Ethan Owens. Owens started out the year as the leadoff hitter for the Kingfish. Had a hot bat in the first couple weeks of June, cooled off with the team cooling off as well. Then when he's been moved down to the bottom third of the order, and even in the middle third, he's been very productive, especially against Battle Creek. Had 7 hits against the Bombers in their last series on the road at C.O. Brown. Talk about somebody developing. Well, he's developed to play third base quite well. And I'll be honest, after that first game where Owens started at third base, committed 3 errors. Against Traverse City. Looked a little worrisome there for him at third base, and then rebounded and had some of the best defensive plays we've seen at the hot corner all season on the road over at Battle Creek. Absolutely phenomenal defense for Ethan Owens. Count is full on the Missouri native. And the payoff pitch, Talcott. Hard hit line drive and skips over the chalk to the left.
Oh, Brendan, you know what I thought about? And that's the end of the year. It's like, I like in the Brewers game, they had like awesome like Bernie Brewer.
Kingfish lead 3-0 in the bottom half of inning number 1.
Do we get Nate, yeah, or Elvis, like, really, like, good signals, like, you walk across the screen.
Here's the payoff pitch. Owens checked his swing, but it's too high, and no swing anyways. Carl Gieske will give Owens the free pass to first.
So walk.
Bear Development is proud to present Walks for Charity, donating $20 to the Mahone Foundation every time a Kingfish player walks here at historic Simmons Field. And fans, don't forget, today's the start of the yard sale presented by CCB Technology. Make sure to visit mobile merchandise in the Aurora Children's Health Kids Zone for huge
After the
savings.
walk, that'll
I'm talking items.
bring up a meeting at the mound with Jake Cosgrove at the plate.
$1.
I think the Bombers just want to make sure that don't let this inning continue.
Aurora Sports Health. Whether you're at the top
3 runs on 3 hits for Kenosha, and the inning will roll on with Owens over at first base.
It's time to call Aurora Sports Health. Learn more at aurora.org/sports. Now batting for the Kingfish. Shortstop from UC Irvine, number 36, Jake Cosgrove.
The whole track there.
Steve, appreciate
It was so short, like, I'm surprised when I see it. I mean, definitely the first half of June, no one was saying
Want to know to Jake Cosgrove at a UC Irvine. A little too high with Talcott's pitch upstairs. Talcott is at 26 pitches.
got one, like, smashed in there.
Two 2-0 fastball runs in.
Go away. I was gonna say, this isn't exactly what
Joey went from like robot umpire to that's terrible. Robo says
Inside and a foul ball. No, that's off of Jake Cosgrove's hands. But it sounded like that the pitch made contact with Wood. Let's take another look.
Now batting for the Kingfish.
Slow this thing down.
Left fielder from Central Arkansas, number 11.
Oh, hit off his arm guard. That's where the sound came from.
Pearson.
Runners at first and second, and R.J. Pearson, who just had a great play in the top half of the first inning, caught that double play out to third base. Takes the first pitch and pops it high into right center. Gutierrez will come over just a bit to make the catch for out number 3, and the Kingfish sent 8 men up and score 3 runs on 3 hits. They strand 2. 3-0, Fish lead into the top of the second inning. Morissette, Catalano, and Breen due up. We'll be right back on the Northwoods League Baseball Network. Three to nothing, the Kingfish on top into the bottom half of inning number 2. Welcome back to historic Simmons Field on the Kingfish, rather on the Northwoods League Baseball Network.
Now batting for the Kingfish.
Thielen will kick things off in
UW Milwaukee.
game number 72 of the Northwoods League season. Thielen did not play last night as Drew Dyer was the catcher. Watch his first pitch popped up on the right field side. Gutierrez moves around and makes the catch for out number 2. Kingfish had 3 hits at the bottom of the first inning.
Now batting for the Kingfish.
Stranded 2, they did score 3 runs. Meanwhile, Battle Creek empty-handed in both innings, 1 and 2. Well, that was Hewitt the last time up, reaching second base on a double, and flies this one out of play.
Oh, yeah, okay.
1-1, the count evens. Hewitt, a doubles machine for Kenosha. Not as many as Mike Jarvis, but very speedy. And speed can win you a lot of baseball games. That's one thing that makes Hewitt unique. It's not that he hits the ball to the fence, which he can. He does have pop off the bat, but like that play he had, that hit he had back in the first inning, a lot of players would just settle on that first base single, but instead he went for second base, took a hit to the head on a slide into the bag. Talk about being Mr. Charlie Hustle, that's Hewitt Hustle. And the 2-1 is sent into left. High fly ball for Peterson. Comes over, makes the catch for round number 2, and the Kingfish have flown out twice. And up will come Mitchell Boobin. Boobin singled in the first inning. Was one of the runs driven in by Connor Banks. Big fly to left.
Second baseman number 13, Mitchell Boobin.
Boobin's hit came with 2 strikes in the first inning, as he choked up and lined one over to first base. Morissette couldn't bring it down.
Why do you know that song?
Talcott's 0-1. Boobin will offer, but it's a little too low for him to make any contact. 2 down in the bottom of the second. The Kingfish lead at 3-0 over Battle Creek.
She did have time.
The 0-2, and Talcott goes back to the well. Got Boobin to swing and miss at the pitch on the last time. Playoff baseball with Fond du Lac right now facing Madison. And the 1-2. Boobin golfs it up, and there's his second hit of the ball game. Won't be as tenacious as Brendan Hewitt and try to take second base, but a 2-hit game for Mitchell Boobin.
Now batting for the Kingfish.
Jarvis flew out to center field his last time up, but he'll try to
Mike Jarvis.
Like I hit a certain like I don't know wavelength when I'm doing this.
have a different result this time at the plate.
In my own way.
4 hits now for Kenosha, and an inside fastball upstairs.
That's a deal. I like that. What do you hate down over there, guys?
Grounded over to shortstop. Scheck fields in the dust, throws on to second for out number 3. Fielder's choice to end the inning. And the Kingfish still lead 3-0. We'll head to the top of inning number 3 with Scheck, Peterson, and Balgard. This is the Northwoods League Baseball Network. Sent it to left. High fly ball for Peterson. Comes over, makes the catch for out number 2, and the Kingfish have flown out twice. Bottom of the third inning with the Kingfish on top, 3-0. They'll send the middle of the order, 4, 5, 6. Boobin singled in the first inning, handed in the bottom half of the second. One of the runs driven in by Connor Mang's big fly to left.
Second baseman number 13, Mitchell.
The top of the third, and the Bombers couldn't plate any. All 3 of Kenosha's runs coming in the bottom half of inning number 1, and Connor Mang, the home run his last time up. His third big fly of the season came with 2 strikes in the first inning. Took Walter Talcott with a Bambino bomb and put the Kingfish up 3-0. Couldn't bring it down. Mang's had himself a pretty good August. Talcott offers first pitch that misses low, the dewdrop in. Boobin will offer, but it's a little too low for him to make any contest. 2 down in the bottom of the second. Trying to work fairly quickly. 3-0 over Battle Creek. Strike out a batter today. He's given up the 3 runs on 4 hits. The 0-2 and bouncing fastball in the dirt. Talcott goes back to the well. Got Boobin to swing and miss at Battle Creek. No runs on 2 hits. Playoff baseball with Fond du Lac right now and facing Madison. And the 1-2. Mang's home runs on the season have come over to left. And there's his second hit of the ball game. 2-0 is set up high. Won't be as tenacious as Brendan Hewitt trying to take second base, but a 2-hit game for Mitchell Boobin. Hunts around for the ball, eventually comes away with it for round number 1.
Now batting for the Kingfish.
Jarvis flew out to center field this last time up. He'll try to Kingfish set the first 2 down in the second inning, and then Mitchell Boobin extended the frame on a single second hit of the day. Have a different result this time at the plate. Four hits now for Kenosha, and an inside first one fastball is grounded on to second. Make that shortstop barehanded throw by Josh Scheck. What did I just watch? My goodness. That's a play you usually see from a third baseman, not a shortstop. Grounded over to shortstop. Must have a bare ball for a dust hand over there. Second for out number 3. Fielder's choice to win the spin. Decided it would be quicker just to. The Kingfish still leads 3-0. Middleman glove. We'll head to the top of inning number 3 with Scheck. If he thought about Peterson doing that from the very beginning with that ball. This is the Northwoods League Baseball Network. Owens lays away off the first pitch.
What does that mean?
2 balls, no strikes, with 2 down in the bottom half of the third. Owens drew a walk back in the first inning.
We're trying to get a retweet from Kanye as the next.
Hey.
Oh, did you hear the story? We got retweeted by that band that we saxophone into.
Really?
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, as I said, Kanye's next.
Talcott will find the bottom of the zone.
Next year, you guys are.
We got retweeted by people.
This year's gonna have like dance moves.
4 hits on the game for Kenosha.
That's lit.
3 runs across.
Out famous.
Talcott has a 2-1 golfed into left. Peterson's on to make the catch round number 3, and the Kingfish are retired in order. We'll head to the top of the 4th inning in Kenosha. Up next for the Bombers, it's Balgard, Tucker, and Trinkle. This is the Northwoods League Baseball Network.
Great teacher.
Walter Talcott remains on the mound for the Battle Creek Bombers as we start the bottom half of the fourth inning with Kenosha leading 3-0. All 3 runs coming in the first. Connor Mang plated 2 with a home run, but now Talcott has set down the last 4 Kingfish in a row. He got a 1-2-3 frame in the third inning.
And make sure to visit the American Outfitters team store. 40% off everything. Plus, to get the 2019 event t-shirts for only $10 while they last. Now batting.
The 3 base runners on the day. Low. The Kingfish have done a lot of that today and come with a couple of hits. Hewitt on his double golfed up a swing low and seems where Talcott likes to deal majority of his pitches. 0-1 and a chase for Cosgrove with no contact. Final home game of 2019 and the final game of the regular season. Playoffs start tomorrow with Traverse City and Kalamazoo scoring off from the Great Lakes East Division. The 0-1 Cosgrove hits in the left. Down in between Balgard and Peterson. Cosgrove digs for 2. Peterson lost the ball at the warning track. And a double for Walter Talcott remains on the mound for the Battle Creek Bombers as we start the bottom half of the fourth inning with Kenosha leading 3-0. All 3 runs coming in the first. Connor Mang plated 2 with a home run, but now Talcott has set down the last 4 Kingfish in a row. He got a 1-2-3 frame in the third inning.
And make sure to visit the American Outfitters team store. 40% off everything. Plus, to get the 2019 event t-shirts for only $10 while they last. Now batting with the Kingfish.
Cosgrove to start things off by a pitch in his last at bat. Kingfish have stranded 3 base runners on the day. Takes the first pitch and gets a little piece of it low. The Kingfish have done a lot of that today and come up with a couple of hits. Hewitt on his double golfed up a swing low and seems where Talcott likes to deal the majority of his pitches. 0-1 and a chase for Cosgrove with no contact. Final home game of 2019 and the final game of the regular season. Playoffs start tomorrow with Traverse City and Kalamazoo scoring off from the Great Lakes East Division. The 0-1 Cosgrove hits in the left. Down in between Balgard and Peterson. Cosgrove digs for 2. Peterson lost the ball at the warning track. And a double for Jake Cosgrove.
And for that double, Southern Lakes Credit Union will be supporting financial education by donating another $10 to the Mary Lou and Arthur F. Mahone Fund. Now batting with the Kingfish.
Same swing that Cosgrove's gotten his 2 home runs on the season.
11, Jake Pearson. And fans, don't forget, today's the yard sales going on, presented by CCB Technology. Make sure to visit.
Has the potential for pop off the bat.
Kids Zone for huge savings. Seriously, items as low as $1.
Runner at second with nobody out. Pearson at the plate. He's had a couple of great throws from the outfield in this game. One in the first inning, where he doubled a man up. This was the one in the second. Nearly had his second double up of the game, but threw a laser onto first base. Making it look easy from left field. Typically plays the infield for Kenosha. And at third base, Peterson forgot how many outs there were as he went home, and he's called out on the double play. 0-2 and a wild one. Cosgrove reaches third base.
Fans, make sure you head down and bid at the table behind section 108. You bid on
3 runs on 5 hits for Kenosha. Cosgrove just picked up his first hit of the game. He's been on base twice.
Presented by Aurora Healthcare.
One-two is chopped foul.
Bid on these alternate jerseys at the table behind section 108. Everyone should go home with some new gear today. Something for everyone.
Pearson flew out to right field to start out the game. End of the first inning. Started out with a pretty good batting average in the month of June, but strikes out. There's one down here for Kenosha in the bottom half of the fourth inning. Led the team in doubles at one point, but then the Kingfish brought in Mike Jarvis, and he began to tear things up. Devils and home run machine. Thielen has still just 1 hit on the season, looking for hit number 2. His 1 hit is a home run against Kokomo. Does have a couple 3 RBIs off of sacrifice flies. has found his way to walk on base.
He's turning back up.
But not hitting for average. The 0-1 off-speed pitch outside evens the count.
Anyone could be lurking anywhere, just waiting for that last card to bug up.
Well, Brendan, if we put together the parachutes,
One down, a runner at third base, bottom half of the fourth. Talcott deals. I think Thielen, that's what he was looking for strike number 2.
all of a sudden I was like, oh my goodness, I'm not seeing any of this.
And it actually took me like 5 minutes to get my call this one.
Oh my gosh.
1-2 chase. Checked his swing. Carl Gieske at first base declares that Thielen did not go around.
King.
Talcott, and the 1-2 is hit into left. Peterson trying to make the catch. We'll see if Cosgrove's fast enough to score. Here he's on his way home. The throw in, cut off, and the Kingfish lead 4-0. Thielen, another sacrifice fly. Productive out nonetheless.
Nick Cosgrove is safe at home. You're level to be safe at home. with the
Doesn't
team.
take a hit to bring home Cosgrove. There's 2 down and back up top of the order for Brendan Hewitt.
Every batter. Now batting for the Kingfish. Center fielder number 17, Brendan Hewitt.
Look like a chipmunk.
Hewitt led off the game with a double. One ball, no strikes. The Kingfish lead 4-0. 3 runs in the first, 1 in the fourth. Talcott's paws the 1-0. Off speed outside. Battle Creek does have 3 hits, just no runs to show for it. A good crowd on hand here at historic Simmons Field for game number 72. 3 balls and make that 2 balls and 1 strike. Crowell will give Talcott the benefit of the doubt of catching the black. Here's the 2-1. Outside for ball number 3. Kingfish are a pretty good 2-out hitting team, and they have been in the second half especially. One point they had a stretch of 14 runs scored with 2 outs. 3-1 is hit foul. It's amazing that Hewitt even able to put the ball that far away with how outside it was. Count is full and wind up. Payoff pitch. Cosgrove, or really Hewitt, puts a little wood on the baseball to keep alive.
Kids, don't forget. Aurora Children's Health Kids on the Bases every Sunday.
A couple jerseys there in the stands. The Kingfish are auctioning off their jerseys they're currently wearing at the end of the game. Payoff pitch. Bouncing ball to second. Catalano. A little short arm the ball over to first for out number 3. Well, the 4th inning in the books. We'll head to the top half of inning number 5. Catalano, Breen, and Scheck up in the order for Battle Creek. This is the Northwoods League Baseball Network. Walter Talcott with 1 strikeout and 4 runs surrendered off of 5 hits. Climbs back out on the bump for Battle Creek.
Visit them on 75th Street, right here in Kenosha, or at Merlin.com.
As we start out the bottom half of inning number 5.
Now batting
4-0. Boobin, Jarvis, and Mang up to hit.
Second baseman, number 13, Mitchell Boobin.
Boobin has 2 hits in the ball game, looking for his third, and rockets a ball into the left field grandstand. Boobin's been the multi-hit king in the second half, multi-hit games. Golfs one to third base, but skips over the bag to the left. Four runs on 5 hits for Kenosha. And the 0-2 to Boobin. Watches a strike, catches the inner third, and sends him back to the dugout. The second strikeout for Walter Talcott. Jarvis 0 for 2 with the fielder's choice to end the second inning.
Designated hitter, number 23, Mike Jarvis.
Yeah, Boobin doesn't get out looking.
That's a rare occasion where Boobin is caught striking out looking. Watch that inner third pitch. Jarvis curveball, he lifts into left field. Peterson comes on. Comes up close to Balgard, but Peterson will make the catch for round number 2.
Now batting for the Kingfish. Your Gerber Smiles Pediatric Dentistry cleanup hitter of the night, number 37, Hunter.
Mang 1 for 2 with that 2-run home run in the first.
While trying to clear the bases, Gerber Smiles versus
319 feet of nothing but Bambino Bombness.
That's right, you need right elbow.
Bambino's seen a lot of home runs. A lot of big fish as well, but the first pitch a swing and a miss at home plate.
What a team.
I think you can pretty much sum up how the day's going by how you guys respond to that.
The 0-1. Mang again deep into left. Out toward the warning track, Peterson will skip back and make the catch for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down, and the Kingfish go in order. 4-0, Kenosha leads into the top half of inning number 6. Up next for Battle Creek is Tucker, Trinkle, and Gutierrez. This is the Northwoods League Baseball Network. Half of inning number 6, and the Kingfish lead the Battle Creek Bombers 4-0 on the Northwoods League Baseball Network. Let's go check on our friends over in the Great Lakes West Division. Fond du Lac and Wisconsin Rapids trying to come in for the last spot in the Northwoods League playoffs. Fond du Lac's tied 3-3 in the top half of the 4th inning with Madison. Meanwhile, Wisconsin Rapids has yet to start out.
Now batting.
Their first pitch scheduled for 5:05 over in Lakeshore. Bailey Volstecki will be on the mound for the Chinooks, the former Mink Leaguer. Tucker 0 for 2 in the game with a fly out to right and a swing and a miss strikeout in the 4th inning, but a new pitcher on the mound for Kenosha. Kutzler is done with 5 innings of shutout ball. He gave up 5 hits, struck out 2. 1 walk for Kutzler, 1 hit batter, but no wild pitches. Wickel, meanwhile, it's his first game at home. Came out in relief against the Wisconsin Woodchucks over at Wausau on a ground ball foul for strike number 1, 2-1 the count. So putting in a lot of work with Gonzalo Gonzalez. ERA of over 11.
Riley Whistle, right?
Wickel out of the the Milwaukee School of Engineering. 2-1, fouled away again.
And Kingfish manager Duffy Dyer's making 1 call. That's all to the bullpen.
Spraying the baseball all over the place.
Now pitching for the Kingfish, number 2, Riley Wickel.
Wow.
2-2 and a fly ball to right. This one tailing fair, and it will hit off to the left of the right field line, and down into second base goes Seth Tucker.
Compensation all over here. Alright, Dan, you gotta do something. I gotta like get my legs to get out of here.
Now batting for the Bombers.
Tucker was at shortstop in his latest
Number 3,
appearance on the base paths.
Cooper Trinkle.
So he plays all 9 positions today.
I tried to land it on
That did not work too well. That's the best one.
instead of a bottle flip, it's
The bottom drop.
It's been roster roulette all over the place for Battle Creek. Hard to keep track of where everybody's going, and a ground ball to third base. Owens fields and throws high to first. Airmails the ball. Round the horn. From third base will come Seth Tucker. And the score is 4-1. No RBI for Seth
Now
Tucker,
batting
or for Cooper Trinkle, I should say, as he's in at first base.
for the Bombers.
Mang took a bad trip on the turf.
21, Jorge Gutierrez.
Yeah, I stopped seeing their positions after the first.
It's like he tripped up over himself off the lip of the grass and fell on his knee kind of awkwardly. That didn't feel too good, I'm sure. 4-1, the Kingfish lead.
There is Newcastle United has this new player. I forget his name. I guess he's like, there is one that he's dribbling, and all of a sudden he's just like, oh, he's like, you're like, then the announcer said, like, yeah, we were talking to the manager, and he said, like, this guy's really fast, but he might be in the shopping mall across the street before he slows down enough to cross it.
And with that big old move, fans, this is your friendly reminder. Use Auto Nelson Movie and Storage. Pick off your next big move.
That's funny. The shopping district across the street. It slows down. Almost caught it.
0-2 with Wickel getting out a hit.
You'd be a fun FIFA player.
Air from third base.
Mid-90s, I'd say.
Owens threw a ball a little too high over to Mang at
I
first.
think that's all you look for.
4-out inning for Battle Creek, but still no outs recorded. Bottom half of inning number 6, Kenosha 4, Battle Creek 1. Welcome back to historic Simmons Field. Seth Tucker continues his trip around the base paths, and it's hard to keep track of him where he went at this point. He started at catcher, has already played shortstop, and everybody has moved around for Battle Creek. Too many to count.
Mitchie, we all really appreciated it up here too. Apparently we look like each other. Mitchie, I'm your like twin up here. Get away with coming up here, no one will stop you on Big Mitchie. Now batting with the Kingfish, number 50, Seth Mikulski. Brother?
Are you my dad? Is that you?
0-1 to Nagalski. Somehow fouled the ball away as it bounced in the dirt. Tried to hit it on the hopper, but Walter Talcott does continue to pitch here into the 6th inning. Bombers scratch across a run in the top half of the frame, and Kenosha continues to lead by 3.
Third base.
I listened to the turbo there. I was like,
Talcott size, and the 1-2 is on its way. Fastball too low to even it up at 2-2.
That's a twerk.
Oh my God. That's too much. Oh, why did you swing at that, man?
Well, it swung on it inside. Down goes Nagalski. Strikeout number 3 for Talcott.
And then we got a last call for the 50-50 raffle. Get your 50-50 raffle tickets before they draw it. Now batting number 45, Ethan Owens.
First pitch, a strike down the middle to Ethan Owens. He's overwhelmed with a fly to left field and a walk.
Sometimes these guys are ready to go. Like, look, there's a yard sale, right? Slow down, no. Who's ready for the auction winners? Now look through that. Oh, Brendan, we never finished the second half of the groups. We haven't done any of these things. Yeah, his name is Mitchie, and he'll be right up here.
No. It's Big Mitch. Big Mitch.
Who's that?
Pause in the 0-1. Owens flies into center field. Valgard misread the ball at first, but now he's back to make the catch, and there's 2 down. But Jay Cosgrove doubled to start out the 4th inning and eventually came around to score. Took advantage of the Talcott wild pitch.
Now batting for the game.
Jack Thielen sent it home on a fly ball into left center.
36, Jake Cosgrove.
Go nuts.
I'm just one of those guys that just like the last couple words.
And everybody's like, oh!
Cosgrove's second year at collegiate wood bat ball and hits the first pitch into shallow right center field. There's 4 men coming over it and nobody there to catch the ball. Second double of the game for Cosgrove as he sneaks into second.
That's not double. Southern Lakes Credit Union is supporting financial education. I donate $10 to the Mary Lou and Arthur F. Mahone Fund.
There were plenty of fielders to make the catch, but nobody communicated.
Now batting for the Kingfish.
2-out double for Jay Cosgrove. Fly ball to right. Pearson will take the first pitch and be retired, and the side is down. 6 innings in the books, and we'll head to the 7th. Kingfish with a hit, but no runs across. They lead 4-1, and we'll be right back on the Northwoods League Baseball Network. Jack Thielen, Brendan Hewitt, and Mitchell Boobin will hit in the order for Kenosha. We start the bottom half of the 7th inning. Thielen drove in Kenosha's last run back in the 4th.
Close that orthodontic smile cam. Looking good down there. Now batting for the Kingfish.
Brought in Jake Cosgrove, who has 2 doubles on the day.
Thielen.
Thielen also has thrown out a base runner in this one as well.
Why is my feet
Thielen, one of 2 catchers on the Kingfish. The pitch missing inside, 2-0. At one point, Kenosha did have 3 catchers. They've lost Brian Vance, Knernchill, and the ground ball to third base, hard hit. And Trinkle can't come down with it, an error, and Jack Thielen will have to wait for his second hit of the season.
And happy birthday to Jason and Jackie. Hey Amanda, heads up, it's your birthday. Hope it's a good one. Hope Williams, happy 13th birthday. Your family loves you.
Tough luck for Thielen, can't get the call from the press box.
Brandon.
But that is the right one. Trinkle should have had that baseball.
Right?
Hewitt, ground ball to first. Diving stop for Morissette. Gets to his feet, throws onto Talcott as he toe taps the bag for out number 1. Great play over at first. Productive out that does put Thielen at second base.
Now batting with the Kingfish.
Up will come the 2 for 3 Mitchell Boobin.
Second baseman number 13, Mitchell.
Not a lot you can do there as a left-handed hitter. You pull the ball over to first and try to beat it out. Talcott too crafty. One down with one on. Boobin watches and fouls the first pitch back. Thielen led off with the error over to third base. Advanced to second on the ground out for Hewitt over to first. Boobin will take strike number 2 as he watches it miss by. The 0-2 to Boobin is upstairs and in. Fly ball to right. Catalano will make the catch as he calls away Morissette for round number 2.
On your wedding, Ashley Bubler. Happy birthday to John Caselli and Mary Hinsey. And is Oliver the cutest kid or what? Now batting with the Gateman. Designated hitter number 23, Mike Jarvis.
Jarvis hitless so far, 0 for 3, but kind of the second in the fielder's choice, recorded the left on base. And pops the first one on the infield. With 2 down, making the catch at the last second, Morissette. That'll end the 7th innings. We'll head to the top of the 8th with Balgard, Tucker, and Trinkle due up for Battle Creek. We'll be right back on the Northwoods League Baseball Network. A long shot. The lead cut in half, 4-2.
Now batting for the Bombers. Number 17, Seth
Lead off round tripper and 1 down. Actually, no down and nobody on for Seth Tucker, who's doubled today. The first pitch to Tucker is into our left, rake that right field and down in front of Nagalski.
Welcome Magnolia Group friends.
So back-to-back hits, and Wickel maybe getting a little rocked here in the top of the 8th inning.
Olszewski, 2 years old. Happy 13th birthday, Lindsey Bauer. Happy 14th birthday, Aiden Whetstone. Is Oliver the cutest Kingfish fan enjoying his first game or what?
Thielen will go out to the mound to talk with Wickel, maybe buy a little more time for Jacob DeLabio to record 6 outs if he comes in.
Happy 10th birthday, Owen.
2 runs on 9 hits, and the last one a single for Tucker, but the one to lead off the inning was the solo home run for Caleb Balgard. Season is just about gone.
Serving our fellow vets in our community.
Cooper Trinkle at the plate, the cleanup man, has been on base 3 times, has stolen once, caught stealing once. Both his hits are singles, reached on an error back in the 6th inning.
Cooper Trinkle.
Well, the time was bought, and Duffy Dyer will go to the bullpen, and will come Jacob DeLabio from Carthage College. Been the closer for the Kingfish, and we'll be right back on the Northwoods League Baseball Network with the top half of inning number 8 and 1 on. Bottom half of inning number 8. And Walter Talcott is still out on the mound, so it looks like that Seth Tucker may not play all 9 positions, although he is at his 8th. He may just come into pitch for the last out here in the 8th inning, but as of right now, the Kingfish sit on top 4-2, and there will be no bottom of the 9th.
Hey, 118, that's correct.
Bang 1 for 3 with a home run in the second. Nicked that home run in the first inning, his 3rd of the season. Kingfish have 3 runs in the first, 1 run in the 4th, but Battle Creek has responded with 2 unanswered runs.
Now batting for the Kingfish. Your Kerber Smiles Pediatric Dentistry Cleanup Hitter, number 37, Connor Bang. While Connor works to clean up the bases, Kerber Smiles works to clean up your teeth. Teeth so clean, you can eat right off them. That's right, my friends, you can eat right off them.
Mang takes a swing at the first pitch. Talcott the Iron Man right now, and it's only been a couple, 3 times this season the Kingfish have seen a pitcher go this deep in a game. Ball got away from Kenosha's bullpen. That's Christian Thrasher warming up. It could be that he will pitch in the 9th.
Of the 9th inning concludes.
6 outs of regular season baseball left at Simmons Field in 2019, and a fastball bounces to even the count.
Bob Becker, number 34. Emma Rutherford, number 37.
One, 2. Rather, 1-1 is a swing and a miss on a fastball.
You want number 11, Brian Flanagan. Jersey number 3, Justin Downey.
1-2 the count.
Number 2.
One, 2 fouled away. Mang may have one of the best 2-strike approaches on the Kenosha Kingfish.
Number 35, Rick Johnson. Number 28.
Several times this year where he's fouled a couple away and hits one into left. Didn't get all the baseball, but Peterson's over to make the catch for out number 1.
Bomber pitcher number 8, Walter Talcott, has thrown 100 pitches.
That's 100 pitches for Walter Talcott.
100 pitches for number 8, Walter Talcott.
You don't see that very often.
Now batting for the Kingfish.
100 pitches for Walter Talcott, so he will not be allowed to come back out of the 9th. Nagalski first pitch. It has eyes over into left center field, down in front of Balgard. Nagalski thought about 2, but he's turning back to first base. Now the throw will go wild, but everyone there to back it up for the Battle Creek defense. 1 on with 1 out, and Ethan Owens trying to leave the season on a high note. Nagalski's first hit of the game, and it could be in his final at bat. And with this meeting at the mound, I believe that it's on to Seth Tucker to pitch.
Brian Flanagan, number 39.
He's been on the field, so he may have to warm up. It's something the Bombers have planned since the very beginning of the game.
Number 36.
Seth Tucker playing all 9 positions. But I think Talcott's going to remain out there on the mound.
Xavier, number 22.
Absolutely incredible that he's going to stay in with over 100 pitches thrown.
Kathy Baratsky, number 10. George Gregory, number number 23. Now batting for the Kingfish, number 45, Ethan Owens.
Owens watches fastball miss low, and despite all the hits the Talcott surrendered, 7, he's had very good control all game.
Number 50, and Clay Harris, number 44.
Owens walked in the first inning. The 1-0, he takes it low.
One more run.
Does foul it away for strike number 1. Lead off left field, or lead off fly out to left for Connor Mang. And Zach Nagalski singled.
Does anyone else need one?
He's at first base. Fastball a little too high for Ethan Owens. He'll advance 2-1 on the count.
Oh man, Boyce is going nuts over here.
Owens 2-1, and he half-heartedly swings for strike number 2. Ball was not in play. Fires 2-2 pitch. Down the middle, down goes Owens. First strikeout for Talcott since the 6th inning. It's his 4th K of the game. The Kingfish might be down to their final out with the second meeting at the mound, and that'll be it for Walter Talcott as he gets hugs all around. That's a way to go out on a high note. In from right field comes Seth Tucker on the hill. Tucker has pitched against Kenosha before. Emotional time for young men on both clubs. Talcott is out of the ball game. We'll send it a break with the Kingfish leading 4-2. A runner at first base in the bottom half of inning number 8 on the Northwoods League Baseball Network. Well, it's something that's gone viral, or maybe not quite, but
Now batting,
the obsession with the press box in this song all season has been absolutely insane.
for the Kingfish.
They have inflatable saxophones.
Jake Cosgrove.
We brought them out in the last 2 games as a surprise for
Press box anthem.
the press box anthem, as it's now been called. First pitch is sent into left field. Peterson makes the catch. Tucker gets 1 pitch and 1 out, and there he plays in all 9 positions.
All right, fans.
Pretty cool feat to pull off in the Northwoods League, and the Kingfish will head to the top of the 9th. Christian Thrasher will be back out on the mound. He could potentially get the save, and we'll be right back on the Northwoods League Baseball Network. Try to bring in players at
Rio Ruiz,
the beginning of the summer and send them back to their programs in the fall. More rounded, with more experience. Kind of like the philosophy with camping in the Boy Scouts. You want to leave the place looking better than it was when you got there. And the 2-2. Strike number 3 and 2 punch outs in the inning. Thrasher has back-to-back Ks. He's nails right now and 1 out away from his first save in the Northwoods League.
Now batting for the Bombers.
Back up top of the order for Trace Peterson, and potentially the final out of 2019 at historic Simmons Field. Rough year for the Bombers. They could finish 23-49. At least with the win last night, they will avoid 50 losses. First pitch fastball taken on the inner third. And again, we'll hope you'll join us field side at the end of this one, and we'll wrap up things upstairs for just a moment. And the 0-1. It's popped up. This could do it. Thrasher 1 out away from his first Northwoods League save. And Jake Cosgrove sends the Kingfish out on a high note.
It's a Kingfish winner tonight.
The Kingfish win 4-2, and they finish the season 34-38. 2019 was one fantastic ride, but it comes to an end today.
Remember, stick around.
Seldom do you get the privilege to have a job where you never feel like you're working. It's been an